Oh, I was messaging my friend. She said she wished she'd have met me. You guys, the difference between heat and sweat and horses and dogs and cats. Horses cope very well. Let's just be realistic here. Look at the bigger picture. They cope with heat. A horse has an amazing ability to sweat, and that keeps them safe. Yeah? So out of that 3 species, they are the safest in heat, believe it or not. Now the next one down the list is dogs. Dogs are far more in danger in sweltering heat. Why? Unlike horses, they do not have the ability to sweat. However, they've got the ability to pant. So when you see a dog panting, it's not necessarily dangerous or remotely fatal. That is their cooling down system. Now cats, however, do not have the ability to cool themselves down. Now I've got to work out the math. There's a bunch of ducks in front of us. When a cat pants, it's fatal. It can be fatal. So I'm lucky Emma never got to that point. But they were British short hair owners. They were beside themselves. Their cats were panting. So I don't want Emma to go through that again. So I'm not a pedigree cat person. So this is a new experience of me with a pedigree. Look at these ducks. So I'm going to get her an aircon system because I couldn't bear. I'm going to insert a picture here. Do you know what, guys? This is really, really sad. I've just figured something out. These ducks, they've been bred for shooting. So I didn't know this. My friend told me. The reason they can't fly away, they basically clip their wings. I heard this the other day. They've all disappeared. They've clipped their wings, so they shoot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And where I take the dogs swimming, where you've seen, thank you, where I park the lorry, those are wild ducks, and you'll see them fly away. Guys, this lane you see me turning down is just where the horses are that I go past. She's never agreed to go down this in 2 years. I cannot believe how I'm doing it. I'm doing it like I do it every day. Now, a bit further down, you're going to see some napping, minor. That napping you're about to see, that used to go on for 20 solid minutes. It used to be hell. I'm just going to let you watch it. We have never, ever, ever been up here, guys. And I'm taking a risk and I'm talking. But I'll give you the lowdown. I was going to give it later because I thought she was going to misbehave badly. But she hasn't. So I'll give you the lowdown now. So basically, this lane I've just come up, I came up here once, 2 years ago. And after that, she never went up it again. After that, if you turned up that lane, as far as she was concerned, she's going to the beach, end of story. She's going nowhere else. And I'm not joking, when Lara naps, she doesn't just stand there and plant. She's pretty intimidating. She starts swinging her bum about and she starts snorting like mad. So that's what she does. And today, after 2 years, she has literally, I just asked her, I've got it all videoed, you can see it in the vlog. I turn her down that lane. If anybody wants to, can be bothered to watch any beach vlogs, you will see I have never, ever, ever turned down that lane once. And now she is now going up a place we've never ever been before. Now I guarantee you, the point I'm trying to make is not, oh, she's never been down here before, look, we're doing it now, and she's doing it. She's agreeing, she's not stamping her feet. The point I want to make is this: at some point I want to go to the beach, so I'm going to need to turn around and come back, because that's where I want to get to. And I guarantee what will happen is the next time we come here, she'll agree to come, and she'll then stop and nap and refuse to go any further than the point that I'm going to end up turning up around now. So to combat it is, I can't do that. I need to commit to a route. I need to come up here with a plan to do an actual loop, which may or may not preferably involve going on the beach, but no turnaround. And by committing to it, she will then establish it, and I'm pretty sure they won't be enough. So hi guys, so we're having the gallop back, and Lara was very, very tired. We don't normally do that, but she'd just done a 2-mile gallop already, so she was really puffing, so I pulled her up. Lara's really tired and breathing hard, so I'm going to pull her up. She'll keep going. She'll keep going because that's the heart of a true racehorse, but I'm going to pull her up. Do it YouTube way. That's her. Stood still. She's still puffing. Guys, these have made a resurgence. They disappeared and they've come back. Apparently the place was littered with them. Right guys, there's two things that I quickly want to mention, and the first is that I've been training 4 times a week consistently for like the last 4 weeks. So I haven't done what I normally would do. Normally I'd weigh myself, and I thought if I weigh myself I'm going to get really disheartened, so I haven't at all. And today I'm just going by how I'm feeling, and when I rode Beau yesterday I felt really strong. My legs felt so strong around him, but today I did something. Now I did a handstand, and I'm not strong enough to do one just like in the air, but against the wall. And normally when I do a handstand, so before I started training 4 times a week, after about 10 seconds I feel like a crumbling building, like I'm just going to literally fall down. But today I did one, and like I said, just been training, not been weighing myself at all, and I was able to just hold it for like a solid minute, and it didn't even feel like I was doing a handstand. That's the first thing I just wanted to talk about, my training and the effect it's had on me. The other thing I'm going to mention, I didn't want to mention this, had we not now been having a 3rd heat wave, honest to God, I would not even bring this subject up. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up because I don't see it anywhere in any vlogs. We're on our 3rd heat wave. Why the hell? Now everybody knows those horse boxes, racing authorities, everybody knows those boxes don't have aircon. Why the heck is not a single race being cancelled? Those horses are racing in soaring degrees of up to 40, now 40 degrees. And same with dog racing, that's not being cancelled either. I think it is, I'm just going to say it straight. I can dither. You know, when I think of horse racing and when I think of Ladies' Day and women dressed like that, you know what I think of? I think of peacocks, ugly peacocks. Because I think a lot of those women that will have their own horses, they wouldn't take them out in that heat. Why is it okay to watch other horses? Oh, because they're athletes. Well, if we've learned anything from the World Cup, athletes from different countries cope differently in the weather. So for example, our lads cope really well when it's an air-conditioned stadium and when it's raining. Well, why are our horses and dogs any different? They're not, racehorses are not Arabs that are able to go through the desert. Sorry, I think it's disgusting that not a single, it's money grabbing, that's all it is. Absolutely no concern for those racehorses. Okay guys, now that I've calmed down, I have got that out of my system. The next thing we're going to see is me taking Beau out for a 2-hour hack down the lanes, which I haven't done in about 2 years. Because she is a rare case of a thoroughbred, unknown, that has sweet itch. I had to put the phone in my mouth. Yeah, so you'll never hear of a thoroughbred with sweet itch. So that brings an unusual reaction, almost violent reaction to horseflies. So I can't take her to Beacon Fell because Beacon Fell is surrounded by shrubs. That's why there's an unusual situation. Oh my God. So guys, on the yard, it is basically a heat wave. The car will be registering at least 30 and walking around was impossible. But this is the reason I will still take my horses out. Look at him. Is there anything wrong with him? Alert. Not breathing hard. Because right here where we're stood, it is absolutely gorgeous. It is cool and breezy, and there are pockets of heat. Back there, there's pockets of heat, but right here, it is fabulous. I've been out in gale force winds, like really strong, where nobody will take their horse out, and 70% of the route we took, you couldn't feel the gale force. So I take it with a pinch of salt. I will ride in the heat.
Good boy.
Thank you. Look at the difference between Beau and Lara. No, you're not. He wants to follow the tractor, that's all. I'm telling you guys, from the get-go, like from a young age, he was brilliant around the heaviest traffic. Blooming brilliant. We haven't done this route in about a year and a half, like me and Beau. This is the Hunt Country route, and I cannot tell you the joy of being on a horse that is not fazed by any traffic. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Beau's a spooky horse, more than Lara, but Lara is really bothered by traffic. But thank you. Just the joy of it. He's not fazed, he'll just keep going. Oh, it's fabulous. So I knew, I mean, the spring in his stride, I knew that he was capable of far more than that 2 miles that we've been doing. And this route is technically 10 miles, which we're not going to do. But just getting him out here and just being on a horse that is like he is marching forwards. Marching forwards. Done about 4 miles so far. Past this, come on. A lot of work on this house. This house was built the last time I was here. By the way, guys, I think we're doing this route after 2 years, or longer than 2 years. How amazing is that? We've just been trotting for about 7 minutes, 6-7 minutes non-stop. Non-stop. This is so good for his respiratory system. Unfortunately, even though he's unfazed by traffic, he needs more guidance than Lara, because he's more spooky than Lara. So I can't take the hands off the reins the way I can with Lara. Going downhill. We've come quite a long way from the yard. Beau really needs me to take 2 point. See, and it's a bit hard with the phone in one hand to take 2 point, but I'll try. If Beau spooks, I'm a goner. Oh fuck! There's a little dog there. If Beau resorts to self, he will spin, which is fine. It means he's feeling young, but boy, he is full of energy. Come on, guys. I say guys as if I'm with the dogs. Come on. I better not spook, Beau. I'll be a goner. Right, unfortunately, I'm having to keep my bum in the saddle, which I'm not a fan of. You know, unless, you know, the horse is move, trying to avoid that, stepping That's a good thing to do. I used to when he was super schooled. You need a really strong back for Beau because of his arthritis, so he could easily do your back in. Can we get off these flipping manholes? Canter over the manhole. 2.C. Right. He'll need both hands for balance. Boy, is he up for this. My wonderful 24-year-old. Another manhole. Sorry, they're not manholes. Right, let's get a bit of support from the rider. Okay? Let's get rid of this phone. Beau's clearly more than capable, go on, of a 10-mile hack. Because we are just approaching the 8-mile mark. So 4 miles out and 4 miles back. So he's clearly capable of it, and this is a hot day. So if we were to come out in the rain, yes, we are approaching here we are at the point which would indicate 8 miles. So I'm going to leave it here and do the 10-mile next time, because I don't want him to be really sore and knackered, which he doesn't seem to be giving any signs of, but I want to get him back, you know, with plenty of spirit and puff. But another mile down there takes us to Hunt Country. Yeah, but I want to build up to the 10-mile one. God, my super boy. Right guys, I'm not gonna lie, there were times I regretted coming out today, but I checked the app and it was only 23 degrees. I mean, he coped brilliant, but I got worried. He was really puffing at one point. I mean, he's absolutely fabulous now. Now I thought, hang on a minute, so that 23 degrees, it didn't feel like that. It felt like 30, honest to God. And that's when I realised, because we're 12 miles from the coast, and I'm so used to being on the coast with Lara that 23 on the coast would, out here, it would feel like 17, 18. So next time I take him out, I've got to remember the 23 is an inland 23. So it feels much hotter than 23, not a coastal one. So it's that massive adjustment. The boy was puffing, but it was almost like he was fine. I was panicked. I was really panicked. I thought, what the F have you done? But he never slowed down or anything. But the puffing was really freaking me out. So I checked the app and it was only 23. We are now in an amazing breeze. But I just thought to myself, you fool, you bloody fool. You've effed up again. But no, I haven't. It's coast versus inland. So I've got to remember, if I bring him out on this one, it's got to be like about 18 degrees, because 18, it's like, how can I put it? It's as hot as 23 on the coast. Okay, I'm going to get off here now. No GoPro on me. You can see this is Hunt Country Hack Gate. He literally, the darling, he just squashed through these bushes, but I had to make sure that his stirrups or nothing got caught on anything. But it's a joke. This is a joke, so I'm going to need to ask somebody to come and trim that. Hey Beau, that's a joke, darling. Hey boo boo, this my boo boo. He's like, whatever. Yes!
And this England squad just refused.
Oh my God! Yes, England!
Bring on the semi-finals. Haaland won't be going there.
Yes!
But he knows he's been in a game.
Come on, lads! I can't believe it!
keep watching that, Ian, because by his high standards, that was an